Hey guys, and welcome to another week's episode of EFP Eat Fruit and Mind Your Business. And I'm not going to say my name this week because it's episode 20, and literally you guys should know what it is right now. But for those of you just coming in, my name is Kay, and
my name is Killa, 4 A's, 2 U. Welcome to the show. Oh, big Draco. What?
Oh my gosh, Killa. So how has your week been?
It's been a good week. It's been a litty week. It's one of those, God, I know you're there. I know you're doing something, God. I know those ones. I've been here before. You've already trained me for this. Yeah. Everything's up in arms. Everything's up and around the corner. It looks like somebody smeared spaghetti all over the fucking walls. What happened to the kid? The kid is wearing all the food. There's juice all over the couch. Like everything's a fucking mess. But that's when God shows up. So I'm just sitting here on some I praise in the hallway because I know it's gonna be a good one this time. That's my week. How about you?
Shouting out the blessings for real. Like yeah. This week was good. This week was good, and I'm blessed, and shout outs to you, Killa. Thank you for coming with me and really holding me down like the big sister you are, because like, you know, the anxiety and the panic attacks were happening. So like, I don't think you knew how much I needed you there, but like, I really thank you for that and making this time. So thank you. Shout out to Pilly Pilly Spices. It was a great experience. So this week was kind of just prepping and then like working on downtown, and then this weekend we recorded a whole season. I believe season 2 of Kitchen on Road. So I'm excited for you guys to see it. Shout out to Coty, London, Set, the whole team, All Black Market, and I'm excited for what they have to come and excited to just be a part of it. Like, when we talk about Killa all the times about like decolonization, you know, in earlier episodes, and like Black people coming together and really collab, like just looking in that space and seeing everyone being able to add value to each other. And shout outs to Shot by Alexander as well. Last but not least, because oh my God.
Yeah. Come on, yes. Great energy. And like, I love him because he's passionate about what he loves. You're like, you're not supposed to be working. And I'm like, it's not work for him. That's what he loves.
He was like, I'm a photographer. I was like, I rate it. We're here. So yeah, like,
it was good vibes. Yeah.
Between the both of you guys.
Somebody who has like such a little great network within themselves. And it was nice to like interact with them also.
It was really great.
On road. Such a great concept too.
It is. It really is. And the spices are actually popping. So it's not those teas or anything like that. Like it's value to me. Like, we cook, vegans can use it, keto approved can use it. Certain of the spices, not all. And like people like me that just love food can use them all. So really excited. And I'm excited for you guys to see what I made. And Killa approved. Yeah, she approved.
My belly approved. My mouth approved. That's what matters. Those are the motherfuckers that are really tasting it.
And can we just have a moment for put your afro today?
You know, she's flourishing. She's
flourishing. Let me tell you guys. So went to Scoop Killa before we went on our adventure till like 6:00 in the fucking morning. Okay. And she gets in my car, and like the smell that took me, it was just so delicious and yummy. If you guys have not gotten your Saint Lucie skin products yet, like, you're extra slipping. Like, I was wearing Tom Ford and like she was beating me out, bod. And it was like all natural products. So make sure you're supporting this queen.
Thank you. The natural, you see it.
And yeah, so we talked about that. Was there anything else you wanted to add about the experience?
I was just happy for the same reasons that you were happy, to just see like they have such a nice, like, strong team. And I'm not gonna lie, like I went and creeped a lot of their Instagram pages, and I was just like, wow,
You're good people.
You guys are doing your own thing and you're really about something. They have like this great little brand that they're growing. And I love hood nigga shit. So I love Black exuberance, and everything that they do just has that air of Black exuberance to it. Even like Kitchen on Road, like I love that. So it was really great to be in the midst of that. And I'm thankful that I got the opportunity to enjoy and partake.
Facts. Same. So I want to remind you guys, before we get any further or start into pineapple fruit, please make sure, if you're listening to us right now, write us a review, leave us a review. It really helps us to like move up in the charts, and also letting us know what you guys really think about, our show, what we're talking about, what we're discussing. So give us all the honest feedback. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. My voice is kind of janky today, but guys, I'm going to get some sleep, going to get it together. Next week is going to be A1. All right. And yes, sorry, Killa.
Ebbs and flows.
Right. Don't forget also to follow us on Instagram at Eat Fruit Pod, and there you can connect with us as well. And we'll be sure to like tag you and reshare the love that you give. And just thank you for everyone that's following and supporting us this far, because like it's seriously organic, and like the podcast has grown like 3x, like 3 times, and it's like all people that sometimes I'm like, this is just Killa and I talking. So it's a blessing, really a blessing, when you can enjoy the things that you do for like work. So speaking of that, what I don't enjoy is hearing about people that don't like to take showers. And we should have talked about this a little bit ago, but today it went back to me because I heard someone say something. There's a lot of white people out here just not bathing on the regular.
I think that's normal. That's like European things.
Legit?
I don't bathe every day.
Jeez. Well, that is crazy to me. So I just want to remind you people out there, please bathe every day, at least once a day, please. Like, we go outside, there's lots of airborne bacteria, things. And I mean, your whole body, your legs, everything. The soap like washing down.
Wash the rest of your body. You don't think the rest of your body was exposed to COVID either? Like, come on.
You get what I'm saying? Like, what is happening? So yeah, guys, please shout out there. Like, that's crazy that we have to be saying that in 2021 in the middle of a panini.
But really, because I'm always in the house, I'm kind of like, do whatever you want to do. I use my shower, I use my running water, I use my Bronner Brothers, and I'm pretty happy with it. I feel pretty fulfilled and squeaky. So I don't know if that's not you. I don't know.
Fulfilled and squeaky. I think that's what we're gonna call this episode. I love it.
It's like that wet dog set, that whole wet dog scene. That's not a thing.
Yeah,
smelling like
not.
A dog.
No, not at all. Not at all. So moving forward, Kanye West just dropped his highly anticipated album Donda, which is titled after his mother. And to be fair, like, it just dropped, so I cannot give like a deep dive into the album or anything, but I just want to acknowledge the fact that it did drop finally, or did it not drop? Because Universal,
because you see it, because he said it.
He said it, right? He said Universal is the ones that dropped this album, and he basically was not ready to drop. What do you make of that, Killa?
You don't know what to make of that at this point in the game when it comes to Kanye.
Thank you.
I will say it like I said it last week, that Kanye does use the regular like hip hop beef hype and all that kind of stuff to get his albums out. That's part of his marketing campaign. More than once he's done it. But I don't know what this is. Like, some of the moves that are being made look a bit regressive, just for his personal life even. And I don't know, like, is this a publicity stunt? Is there some of this mental illness that's being egged on? I don't know. You just never really know with the Incredible Ye how it's going down. But in terms of, I don't know. Cause like on one hand, he is that outspoken dude that's gonna say how it is, but just like, even the way he's using his Instagram, which is brilliant. Posting, putting it up and then being like, whoop. And then by the next time something else happens, it's basically a clear page. That being said, like he was posting the little conversations between him and other people and like talking about why he ain't taking the baby off the album, all that kind of shit. And I'm like, there's always going to be brilliance surrounding Kanye. So there's brilliant moments in it, but also I'm just like, huh? What? Yeah. At the same time, I was talking to Queen Amethyst. Shout out to Queen Amethyst because you know she always has that insight.
Always.
She sent me something. She sent me the baby and Marilyn Manson slide because everybody was up in arms about that. And I do understand that Kanye doesn't give a fuck about those kind of things. Like he's black, he's been canceled and blackballed, so he doesn't really care who you cancel or blackball. And it was just like, well, why is he associating with that? Well, because he fucking feels like it. Okay, cool. But in the meantime, her response to me was, you know, she doesn't really feel like we're going to understand or have a real like clear concept of the type of mental illness that he's suffering from. So sometimes things sometimes things look like, yo, you're just an asshole. But like, really, he's in a position where even though he is a billionaire, he's making these rich higher uppers that happen to be white money. And who's to say that they're not using his mental illness, like playing it up, helping him egg it on with all these resources and whatnot. And she just kind of gave me a really honest and humble perspective. It humbled me because I was like, it seems like he's regressing. Like the last thing I saw from him, he was in church, like almost not crying, trying his hardest not to cry to Ultralight Beam. But I get it. When she said that, I was like, you're right. Like as brilliant as he is suffering from mental illness. So like, I don't know what to say. I'm just kind of watching it play out.
And that's what I was, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I was like, kind of like arguing with someone because as I said, I don't publicly want to like give my real like opinion on this album yet. But what I will say, because I was kind of like separating the actual album from the marketing, which is like what you're talking about. And the marketing to me was like on a whole nother level. Like he did that, like the amount of bread they made just off of those shows, marketing, the way he went about everything, like it was insane. But I was slightly offended as someone that has really gone through depression and seen what those doctors can be like and how they can treat you in these facilities and outside these facilities and in the workplace when they see these things on your paperwork or etc. Right? Or people's stories that they've shared with me. And it's just like, I'm thinking about it. And I thought about it in that sense. And I'm like, yo, if that's the case, on one side, I was like, if that's the case with Universal, that's fucked up. That's super fucked up that they did that because as a bipolar, since that's what they clinically publicly revealed, that's what it was like, you're fucking with my mind. Like you're going to get in the red zone soon because I'm going to see you in that red zone because why would you do that? Why would you do that? I don't know what his contract is, but in my mind, I'm just assuming the contract is for me to release albums. You don't now drop my album without my permission after all this hard work that I've done. I'm going through whatever I'm going through with my family, personally, with my friends, with my colleagues. And like, yeah, I get it. It's the third time, a lot of money, all those things are happening, but like, don't now release my stuff. And now when I speak up for myself, all that people are going to backtrack it to is that, oh, well, he's crazy or whatever. Like they had to, and I want to share, that's a stigma a lot of people in the mental health space, which is pretty much all of us, deal with and that is exactly why a lot of people are just so timid and scared to even say what they really have or what they're going through or experiencing, because this is how the white institutions and facilities and these older like institutions take these things and play with it, like as you're discussing, and use it for their upper hand. Like the album's gonna drop. And on the other side of it, I was like, the other part that you were saying with Kanye, where it's just like with Kanye, you never really know. With humans, you never really know. But with him, you never really know. And I said, I can't 100% put it past him that, Universal just gave him the green light to be like, yo, let's say what this happened, and then this was just another layer of the marketing to make it seem to embellish on the whole labels and mental health and all of that. So
the propaganda.
Yeah, so I really tried to look at it 360, and like that's what I'll say about it. But in the grand scheme of things, the visuals were fucking amazing. The quality of the products were fucking amazing. He gave art throughout this whole rollout, and going through the pandemic and seeing a lot of you artists. I know someone got offended the other day when I told them that their friend's music sounded trash, but it's not because, you know, but we have to be realistic in this media game, in this merch game, especially in this music game. Not everyone's going to make it. Think of it like the NBA. So I'm not here to coddle anyone's feelings, and I don't want anyone to coddle mine. Like, tell me the truth. Either I'm going to rise above it and be like adverse in the situation, or you're going to flop and your thing's just like, some of y'all can admit it. It's just a hobby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not doing it to get no Grammys. You're not doing it to get no Pulitzer Prizes. Like, it's a hobby. Some of you spend your bread and everyone has a hobby. You know what I mean? But like, at the end of the day, I was just reverting back to what I said. Like, I don't know. My spirit's just kind of telling me that's really fucked up if that's what they did to a billionaire Black man. Like, he has Billy status and mental health, and they're still trying to treat him like a child. And, you know, I get it, Kim in the dress, all that other stuff. But like, we're talking about real life and real things that people are going through. And like, all you rappers, you know, you look at a rollout now that Kanye did, and he gave you art. He gave you a full experience. He gave you a moment. He gave you something that we will remember forever. He was living in the Mercedes Stadium. He had Sha'Carri Richardson, who has such a beautiful story, as part of one of his videos. He had people coming through that, like, just the whole thing, having the silent running live stream that people could go and watch, building a childhood home. Yeah, in the arena, the merch.
Like, his merch was like, he blew the merch game out the water. Like, I was cool about that. I also talking with Amethyst, I was like, I'd rather that little remixing machine that he released than him making all that an NFT. Like that. Like, he took it to another level. Big up to Kanye. You're right. Everything was rolled out beautifully. He knows what he's doing. And that's for me where I'm like, I don't know, because he did it so well. Like, and he does that. Like, taking all the, it was a holistic rollout on epic. Kanye is the super genius that we think he is. The only thing that I'm just like, dude, the life choices, stop propping up Kim Kardashian. Stop letting her continue to be the ambiguous light skin that she's not. Please, sir. Sorry, but I'm saying that.
Sometimes you just have to curve a thing, you know? You know, I'm Black, so I can agree. But I don't mind, like, not that I don't care what's happening between them, but I'm like, yo, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is.
Let that happen outside of the media where you're not like representing Black women or Black people. Like, she just keeps like, that's some epic Black man that did some epic Black man shit with a big dick energy and big balls. And then you just have like the fake light skin that just keeps coming for our shit and pretending she's not trying to slit our throats and like stab us in the back. Jeez. I'll say what I will say. Still love you,
Well, moving forward, you know, Drake finally announced that CLB, Certified Lover Boy, is dropping. I believe that would be this Friday, September 3rd. And finally, like, I'm super excited. Yes, I'm from Toronto. Yes, I represent for Canada. And yes, I know this album is going to be like a proper thing because it's been so long, one, and, you know, Certified Lover Boy, I love the petty kind of play on words he's kind of doing, because you know how people talk, and you know,
yeah.
First and mind your business. So the same way how you see certain people Kanye's inviting or having on his project, I know that's also stemmed from trying to irritate the other side, and the other side to me in this situation would be Drake and the OVO squad. So either way, like, shout out to them. Excited to see the drop. He recently shared the album cover. Did you get a chance to catch it?
Was it the one with the rose?
No, please click. Is your internet?
I was trying to find it, and I was like, I was finding that.
Is your internet on?
It is, but I do not want to in here off the strength of. Let's try it. Who knows? Let's try before we say anything.
But because you know, I can describe it to you, but also the impression of seeing it. So it is like a bunch of women it looks like the pregnant emoji as a cover. And you know, a lot of people can assume what they think it's about, but I choose to eat fruit and mind your business. But I am excited for it. I looked into the artist that did it, and he's an interesting person, and look into their work and stuff. So I'm gonna see what this comes with. I feel a lot of pettiness coming, like a lot of things that, you know, like it's giving you, oh, this is gonna be nice and lovey, certified lover boy, but the cover art is now giving me like energy, like he means war, like, yeah. What do you think?
What it's giving me is that he's embracing the fact that he's from Toronto and this is a hardcore city of fuckboys. And it's like he's taking his Toronto fuckboy claim in broad day. That's what that looks like to me. No diss, my opinion though. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like imagery is everything, and this imagery is just like girls' town, eh? Okay, I see it.
But Galchester, all those things, like already, you know, people have been
that's my thing, like, and that's my thing. It's just like that continuation of the like, yeah, so what? It's a fuckboy summer, like Toronto things all day, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I get it. You know, there's a little flavor for everybody in there. Yeah, all right, cool.
All inclusive. right. So you have like Kanye. Yes, sorry, Killa.
We're probably about to say the same thing or something similar. Like I'm totally down for like the marketing chain and the champagne campaigns. Like I love it. Like even though I'm looking at that and I'm like, what the fuck? That's what it was supposed to do. I'm supposed to look at it and say, what the fuck? And tie it into certified lover boy. So he was just breeding them. Okay, great. The whole disruption on the sports network to like bounce his shit. Like the Dodger Stadium with the dude's mom. Like all of it's great. I love how he's doing it. Like Kanye's still that nigga. Like sorry, Kanye sets whole different bars. And even like kind of paralleling them, like they both know to use where they've come. You know, like they've come quite far and they both know to use that magnitude to their advantage. And that's, I'll say that for both of them. And like, I'll big up Drake on that for sure. I'm pretty sure what he drops is going to be awesome. To be honest, I don't take in music when it comes out. Like I'm very serious about what touches my subconscious. So like, it's going to have to get to me, but I know it's going to get to me at some point. And that goes for both albums. Haven't heard Donda either, but when I hear it, I'll figure it out.
Well, I'm excited. It's just in time for my birthday, and we'll definitely be updating the Bashment Summer playlist. Or, you know, Killa and I'm thinking of, you know, we're gonna possibly be dropping a Libra season playlist because we're both Libras and it's our birthday, and why not just drop a birthday playlist together? Okay. So I'm excited for that. I'm definitely gonna stay up till midnight. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm gonna be like, I always go through all the apps, see which platform has it first. Usually Tidal is beating them bad, but Apple Music, you know, you're here, and I know Drake will be on time. I can at least know that. Right. Baby, I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time, and I gave you my all. Now, baby, be mine. I'm not always there when you, and I'm always on time, and I gave you my all. Now, baby, be mine. Big ups. Okay. And shout outs to Ashanti because she's a Libra too. Okay.
You just started the playlist already.
Right? So yeah, so we're gonna move forward again because the guys, the Black Kings have been out here working, and that's one thing I'll say for this episode. And just the week I've experienced, the Black Kings that I've been interacting with, stellar, on point, being the kings that you should, not male thoughting it, and valuing your penises. And that's what we want.
But you know what? Not even putting your penises on the table, like you're putting your talents on the table, and ooh, that is the sexy right. I like the way you do that, right? Give it to me.
Okay.
I think we be giving you a little bit too much concert. So you're gonna have to wait till we're towards the end of the episode to get yet another thing off. So we're just on that.
Right? You're gonna have to stay around for the end for that. So Jay-Z, as you know, he has 40/40 Club, and that is definitely a club that he owns in New York, and that's definitely a staple in his career and what that means and when it came out. So they recently just had a 18th anniversary at the 40/40 Club, and a lot of that New York energy was in the building and there. And it's always hilarious to see the different faces of Jigga when you look at everyone's photos, and obviously everyone's trying to get it off, like the caption they've been saving forever. When you get that Jigga photo, you're like, my mistake, that whole photo. Right? I'm like, gotta stop calling him Jigga. But like, why?
Really?
Jigga, nigga. Sorry, I'm done. Okay.
You might feel that way, but like that's me growing up. There's a certain level of nostalgia to that. It's almost like he kept changing his name. I was like, you'll be Puff Daddy for life. Sorry. Like, if you helped raise me, I'll remember how you raised me.
Facts. Ooh, like that. I like that. So yeah, like you've seen pictures with Dave East, you've seen pictures with Meek Mill, Bobby Shmurda, Lil Uzi Vert, Megan Thee Stallion was there, Party was there, Swizz was there. A lot of the who's were there, Belly, Snow Allegra, Joe Budden, a lot, Benny the Butcher.
He had many different like big heads in different industries there. I thought it was like sports, or a lot of sports big heads there.
Yes.
Yeah, and who else did he have? He had somebody, Cruz? Is it Vic Cruz?
Victor Cruz.
Just looking so dapper. Oh, hello.
Will Ashanti make us sing? Will she circle the block?
You know, she don't gotta circle the block. I ain't here to touch it. I'm definitely here to admire. Baby girl, you got something great. If you help dress him, yeah, that you did the thing.
Sometimes you just have to curve a thing, you know?
So good.
But
yeah. It looked great. It was great to see, like, you know, once again, something owned and curated by our Black Kings, and they're doing their thing. I've yet to see the Beyonce photos, and we know Beyonce Day is coming. It's not Beyonce's birthday, it is Beyonce Day. So that is coming up. Yeah. And, you know, it was just good to see, because I remember, like, even when Rock Boys came out and, like, they shot the video for that in the 40/40 Club, and, like, it's weird to say, but like growing up, I'm always like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the 40/40 Club. Like that was part of like the list of like lit places to go once you make it. So it's 18 years.
Or unless you're a New Yorker, because like New Yorkers just used to go there for nothing.
Facts. But like the times when like, you know, when you just opened it and like lit parties would be out there, that notorious photo of Beyonce in the green dress, and they caught her through the limousine and she's super wavy. Listen, 40 Club. Listen. So those nights are definitely, I know, moments in history, and you know, Jigga's a no phone policy type of dude, so you got to be there to experience those things. So shout outs to him to even celebrating 18 years on his business. And, you know, that's success in itself, because it wasn't like Ghost in Power where, you know, all those things happen or that we know of. So congratulations to him.
100%. I did say it when we were talking about Dame Dash, that I think sometimes people don't really realize how huge of a businessman he is. Same thing with Dash, because they're known as being rappers. I mean, and 40/40 Club was when he was a rapper.
Facts.
You know what I mean? That's why I think it's so epic. Like
epic.
You were that rapper, and now I don't even know if people have to look at you as a rapper anymore. Like you can look at Jay-Z and call him a businessman as opposed to a rap artist. And he did that back when he was like the rapper that everybody was underestimating. So I think it's pretty awesome.
Also, it's amazing. It's amazing. Shout out to you, King, and all the people that were involved in that. Now, lastly, in Pineapple Fruit, Hill and I wanted to discuss this week, just getting back on track and refocusing, you know? What I was kind of noticing, I'm seeing people like slowly kind of get back on track, kind of like when the kids start going to school. And we haven't stopped, but I get how sometimes, you know, you can kind of like slow down, or you feel like you fallen off the wagon of like your business, or putting in like the same amount of dedication that you're putting into what you're doing. So I was wondering, Killa, what is like some advice or experience you've had in terms of like getting yourself back on track when you feel like you've kind of like dwindled off, or not posting as much, or things like that?
Firstly, I think it's a mindset. If you can get to that place in your mind where you're determined that you have that goal, like, and like no matter what happens, like the goal is the goal. When I say mindset, the thing that I think of is like, there's a line in the Big Sean song, Bounce Back. He says something like, if you stick with it, you just, when you fall down, you just fall down, you never fall off, or something like that. Something to that effect. And I take that in, like, if you're laying a brick, even if it's a little brick, that's it, a little speck, a little corner brick, something, like, you're going to fall down, you're never going to fall off, kind of thing. Like, you'll always still have it.
Thanks.
And like I said, when we were filming on the weekend, like, I learned to be kind with myself. I didn't say I learned to give myself a blah. I learned to be kind with myself. So if I'm not necessarily on point, I can say I'm not on point, but then I can also follow that up with, but I'm still determined. So I'm going to keep trying. And that for me is what will keep me focused, even when I know I might be slacking right now, is that today is just one space and place and time, and that I have this big goal and I'm still here. So even if this isn't point A, I'm still not at point B yet. And point B is a must. Like, I'm still focused on point B. So I'm looking past the appearances of everything day by day.
Facts. I love that. This is going to be so corny, but I was like driving, and oddly enough, through Brampton, and the energy of those drivers over there are just very different. Okay, very different.
Different as in different continent, y'all. Like,
it's your business.
Very different, right? But like, I was legit, you know, like the lane is about to close, but I wasn't doing one of those gangster ones where I was trying to like speed up. I was about to exit, and I didn't realize that actually it was the next one, and that lane was actually closing. And there was this car beside me, and it refused to let me over. Like, they were just gonna go first. And like, then after, I was like, whatever, because I was jamming out. Like, I'm really not gonna just go. Like, I just make a decision. And this person was like sticking up their middle finger at me, all of this. And I was just like laughing. Like, I was just laughing, because I just kept saying to myself, don't waste no time with negativity. And then the thought came in my mind as well, because someone else kind of like, I noticed that too, because even after they did it to me, when you're switching lanes, you are supposed to speed up, not slow down, to keep the flow of the traffic. And this person was purposely like cutting in front of the wrong car instead of just flowing behind it. And I was just like, they did it to me. And at first I was like about to give into the energy. And then I seen them literally do it to someone like 5 seconds in front of me. I was like, they're an idiot. They just can't drive. But the thought came in, and I was like, okay, I'm going to my destination, and these distractions are coming at me. And to be honest, like, sometimes I'm getting in my feels, yo, you want to all follow down the car, chase down the car, and you run the risk of missing your exit, or like you're just getting consumed with something else and not staying on your path and, you know, following your direction. And I was like, how many times in life do things like that happen to us? You have people that try to pull us out of our element, try to snatch our focus. They try to fill us with their negative energy, i.e. sticking out their middle finger or taking out whatever. Or, you know, I like to say it's kind of like the small penis syndrome as well, where it's just like, you don't have any other like respect in life. So this is where you kind of just try to showcase it. Just all the things that like can pull you out of literally the destination that I was trying to go to. And as I said, I kept reminding myself, just don't give in to that. Don't give it to that. It's just driving. You just got to get to where you're going. You just got to get to where you're going. And that's literally like what it is for me as well mentally when it comes to staying focused. I haven't been hesitant in sharing more than ever. I want everything that I've been praying for, and I need it more than ever. I know everything is on God's time, but I'm putting it out there and I'm letting it be known. And I'm not hesitant about letting people know my dreams and what I can share with you, because I'm on a bad mind and I need to make sure the thing that flourish. But some things I do share publicly, and it's just like, how many times do we see like a one negative comment, or even like I look at some stuff that I'll post and like I see all the arrows sharing, but none of them are public, and I'm like, all right, what are niggas sharing and like talking about so heavily? But these are just the distractions that I feel like can pull me away from running Downtown World how it should be, from like doing things successfully with you, with EFP, helping people like Pili Spicy. Like we cannot like tap into that. Like we got to remain focused on where we're going. Kind of like even the horse racing, you have your blinders on the side. As corny as it sounds, it's true, because after that moment passed where they stuck up their middle finger, I didn't even look at them to see how they responded to me laughing and not even paying them attention. I got to my destination safely. I ate amazing food. I had amazing vibes. I didn't have to worry about no accident, no nothing. And I felt light, because I didn't take in any of what was given to me. So I hope that like helps some of you that may be listening or watching us when it comes to, getting on track and being on focus. How badly do you want that end goal that you have, or that sometimes, the smaller goal to get to the other goal? How bad do you want it? And sometimes that is what is more than enough to drive me to stay focused, because nobody else gives a fuck until it's time to cheer you on.
I totally agree with all of that. I've been saying a lot these days, like the bad energy. Yeah, I can answer to it, but I have to look at it as, so I answer to that and I'm now drawn out into the yard. Am I okay with that in that moment? Chances are I personally might be, but I have to take it in like my salvation is set up otherwise. If I have my salvation in my hand, do I put that down to come for your neck? And it's like, maybe I should just keep my hands where they're at and just keep holding on to my salvation and let that be that. Because like that's part of the goal,
Facts. And honestly, becoming more into an adult, and I've been vocal in sharing that I'm turning 30, like that is one of the hugest lessons that have been smacking me in the face more than ever. Like sometimes it's just better to shut the fuck up. Like I think we were talking one time, Killa, and like the way you were putting it, and I know I'm not going to put it correctly right now, but I hope people get it, where it's just like sometimes people like us, sometimes we care so much and we want to see everyone, nothing can be perfect, but if we know the better option or something, like just so quick to share because it's something great. Like we would never share something that would work against you. That is not like become a genuine purpose and mentality. And a lot of times people will receive that as negativity, or they'll respond to it in a negative way, or the way that you weren't expecting, instead of them seeing it as just helpful. Sometimes people, like, even though they're going to make the mistake, you just have to shut the fuck up and don't say anything. They just want you to do this and that's it. And that is a part of adulthood. But the thing that I'm going to elaborate on is the fact that, if I'm doing that for you, when it comes to me, I'm not even asking you to cheer me on. Just mind your business. Just leave me alone, mind your business, and I don't trouble you, don't trouble me. That's how I feel.
I see. Yeah. I've just been sitting on that boundary system these days. I find that like literally clears up all of those issues. Like as long as I'm within my little playground, cubbyhole place here that like governs me, like all in this space, I'm responsible for governing everything that happens in this space. And as long as I keep those boundaries where they're at, like, not to be rude, but like whatever problem you're experiencing is your own.
Facts.
And I'm fine over here. So it's like, you're going to have to adjust to figure out why you're out of sorts. It won't be for me.
Facts. And that's like, the more and more, I'm working on that skill and trying to build it, I just feel so much more at peace. Like, as I said, when I got to my destination, I felt good. I wasn't tripping off of, dude, middle fingering him off or whatever would, I guess, felt good for the moment. But then sometimes when we feed into that energy, then we can get roped in and just be consumed by it and be like, yeah, and sometimes that's not what you want to be on. I want to be able to stay within the light and not let people that I don't even give a fuck about feel like they can affect me, because you really can't. Like, you really don't matter to me. So I eat fruit, mind my business. And who, like Killa and I, we were saying, like, I'm like, if I scroll through my recent calls, you're not there. Like, you're just really not like a part of my life, because I know who I talk to, I know who I want there. And I thank God for just setting up my 360 the way it is today and right now.
Word.
Oh, on and on and on and on. My side keeps rolling like a rolling stone. On and on and on and on. My side keeps rolling like a rolling stone. I was falling in the water with $3.06. Yeah, you may laugh, cause you did not do your math. So 1, 2, 3. The world keeps turning. Oh, what a day. What a day. What a day.
Live your life, bro. Exactly. Exuberance is always around the corner. Like, you can find it. Pluck it out your pocket if you have to. It's there, yo. Choose the positivity. 100%.
100%. I think that's a great spot to leave it today. Do you have anything else you want to talk about this week, Killa?
No, I think that's a lovely ending, and like, it's super relevant. Like, just go forth and prosper. Hold on to your salvation, and like, don't waste no time with negativity, yo.